think that's it. Ooh. Squeaky chair, nice way to start. That was not a cat being squeaked, that was a chair. It squeaks, you know. Okay. Okay, it's a good way to start my broadcast. Hi, my name is Barry Selby. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live. This is number 81 in an ongoing series of talks about masculine and feminine behavior, relationships, feminine leadership, and a bunch of stuff like that. I am a #1 best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction specialist, as well as being a strategist for strong, successful women to find balance in love, life, and business. Phew, this evolution of my message keeps changing. Anyway, this one is a request from one of my colleagues and friends on the theme of how a masculine man handles conflict. And so I called it, if I remember correctly, conflict, how a masculine man responds, something like that. So to illustrate this, I'm just going to jump right into this, I guess. To illustrate this, I'm going to speak to how an unevolved or not conscious or not masculine man would handle conflict. I'm talking about relationship conflict primarily. The way that men in relationship who have not done any work tend to respond in a conflict with their partner, and I'm talking about straight relationships, again, men, woman, just in this context, usually is one of three ways. I think it's three. I'll get to them anyway. Let's get on through these. First of all, he will shut down. Been there, done that. I've done most of these, I think. And will basically not respond and let the woman basically steamroll him. Two, he will run away, walk away, exit stage left, close the door behind him, and just not be part of it, just to disconnect, which I've done that as well in the past, leaving her frustrated, upset, and not being heard. The third way, which doesn't work either, is to shout her down, basically to dominate and to shut her up, which is not, none of these three are what we call evolved, wise, developed, mature ways of responding, but it's the way a lot of men have been raised to respond. And that's the thing. Many of us men, most of us men, were not educated in how to respond to conflict, anger, upset when we were younger. In fact, most of us learned by what was modeled to us by our parents. So forgive us for our trespasses, so to speak. Be aware that we have not gone through anger management or upset management skills. Not something we learned. Now, this is the platform I'm starting from, which is the unevolved or the undeveloped or the less than conscious way to respond. Now, I'm not going to say the ladies in this point of view, because ladies, you have responsibility too, but I want to speak about how the different levels of maturity for men can change the way we respond when it comes to conflict. That's the whole point of this broadcast. Just checking something here. All right, so having been through this journey myself for the last 10 years, well, let me back up a second. Having been through this journey for the last 30 years in terms of personal growth and human development, psychological understanding, spiritual development, etc., I have a lot of background in this sort of stuff, but it's been the last 10 years that really transformed my understanding, and really about the difference between the undeveloped and developed masculine, as I call it, or the macho and the masculine. The three examples I gave earlier for the one who's not developed, who basically is the old macho way of being, which is reactionary and not very present or conscious. The ways, and I don't have a number in my head yet, I'll come back to that. I'm maybe I'll edit it later and somehow and put the numbers back in, of the developed masculine, how to respond to an conflict or upset. Oh, okay, I'm realizing there's one in between. I'll get this out, and then I'm realizing I got like three spokes shooting off of this conversation right now, so I'll get to those. If you watch my Facebook Live regularly, you know I do this, where I have a plan and an intention, then it goes off the track. So the evolved masculine, in response to an upset or argument, first of all, he doesn't run away. That's the opposite of what the macho does. He stays in the room. Secondly, he will not shut down. He actually will stay present and listen. And this is the third thing that sometimes the undeveloped will do, and this is the part I forgot. Hello, sir, good to see you in here as well. He won't try to fix her either. This is a trait, and I didn't mention this. Actually, this is the fourth one from the undeveloped. The undeveloped masculine. The fourth one, which I forgot to mention, is that we tend to, I tended to, I've gotten beyond it now, I hope, But what happens is men will tend to try and fix the problem because we are fixers. That's one of our innate skills. So when a woman's upset, our reactive response, if it's not going to be to shut down, leave, or dominate, is to try and fix it. So there's four. All right. So that's the four I'm talking about. There's the undeveloped. The developed masculine doesn't do those. First of all, he stays present, doesn't leave the room. He doesn't shut down either. He stays present to listen. So he's not only present physically, he's present energetically. So it's both those two. The third thing is he does not try to fix her because he knows there's nothing to fix. And the fourth thing is he doesn't try to dominate. In fact, what he does is he brings his heart present. Because most of the time, most, not all, most of the time when a woman's upset, that's the thing. The undeveloped masculine does tend to try to fix the problem. It's what makes the problem worse. You're absolutely right, Nate. And by the way, if you're watching this broadcast on YouTube, you wonder who I'm talking to. This is a Facebook Live right now. Rewind. Put it back into place. Gotta stay on track. The way that when a woman is upset, most of the time, partly it's because she's not being heard. And a lot of times because she's in pain. She's hurt by something. So the masculine man who's developed, who's evolved, who's growing, knows that his best way to be with her is stand his ground and open his heart. You do those two things, men, you will change the relationship with your partner. Period. Guaranteed. That's like it's not money back guaranteed, you haven't paid me anything. But it's a guaranteed result because for most men, that's not what we do. We don't stand our ground in a positive way. We stand our ground to dominate or to argue and become this blockade and nothing happens. Or we shut down and walk away. Actually, we shut down and run away. We don't walk away. So none of those work. And problem solving isn't something we should do when it's an upset, an argument, or conflict. The only time we should fix things with our woman, with our partner, is when she asks us to. It sounds so simple, but boy, we so mess that up, you know? Yes, oh, sorry. Hi, Dawn. I'm seeing people coming to the broadcast and commenting, so I'm trying to respond in time, whilst I'm also trying to keep my internal script that's downloading as I'm talking, as you said, just rolling with it, to give you some good insights and support. Again, if you watch my other Facebook Lives, you know this is how it generally goes. It's more freeform. I have a topic to start with, but no script, and it just goes where it goes. So this is just a download. So if you're jumping in the middle of it, please go back and watch the beginning when it's finished. But I'm trying to bring the caveat. So I spoke about the undeveloped masculine. Again, the four things that undeveloped masculine men do when it comes to conflict with their partners, which is to shut down, to run away, to argue and dominate, or to try and fix. Which none of those four will work. In fact, if anything, they make things worse and create separation. The evolved masculine doesn't do any of those things. In fact, the evolved masculine does two main things. Stand his ground, be present. Well, that's two in a way, but that's like one. That's number one. Stand his ground, be present, holding space. And two, opening his heart. Now, for many men, when they say a woman's upset, the last thing you want to do is open your heart, because it's like duck and cover. But the reality is this. Her upset is not about you defending yourself. Her upset, 99% of the time, is that she wants to be heard and felt. And when you stand present and stand your ground, stay present, and open your heart, she will feel that. And she will be supported. That's our way to fix things. Men, if you're watching this, take this to heart. When she is upset, if you hold your ground and open your heart to her, that's the way you fix her problem. Not by trying to solve it up here and try to cut her off and resolve it. That's, again, the undeveloped. The developed way to be in support of your partner is to be in support of your partner. I think that makes sense. It's really about being able to hold your ground in a way that is honoring her, not defending against her, and opening your heart, which is really the place of being transparent and vulnerable. Now, many men aren't willing to do that or uncomfortable doing that. I've been through that lesson many times, and for me, being that vulnerable and open is one of my strengths. And if you men out there understand this one, you'll realize it's one of your strengths too. The power we have when we are open and vulnerable, most women have been praying for this, to have that space, that safety where we don't have our armor up and our strength up to try and be strong in the physical sense. It's by being open and transparent. We're strong in the energetic sense, in our heart. And ladies, I know you wish you had men like this in your life. So men, if you're watching this, take this to heart, literally and figuratively. It will help you in your relationships now and in the future. So the conscious masculine, the awakened masculine, the developed masculine, I don't have the right, I'm still playing with ideas of what I call the masculine versus the macho, is one who really is aware of himself and how he's responding or not responding in conflict. If you're aware and present, you may go, hang on a second, I'm shutting down. Oh, I'm trying to run away, or I'm trying to argue, or I want to fix it. As an awakened masculine, that will happen. We will be aware of that. The key thing is how quickly and how fast we can say, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to stop that downward track and I'm going to stay present. I'm going to be with my partner, open-hearted, willing to support her, whatever she needs. Now, most women may not be aware of this, but when you are in your real upset, it's like, for the men, being in the middle of a hurricane, like a tornado. It's a storm. And for a lot of men, it's challenging for us. As strong as we may appear to be, for many men, we can't handle that storm, which is why the first 4 things happen. We try to dominate and control it, because it's the only way we think we can fix it. Or we try to fix the problem we think it's there so that it'll go away. Or we shut down and run away. That's why we do it, because the storm that a woman's upset, hurt, and conflict can bring to us is overwhelming for most guys. So as we mature, the developed, the evolved, the awakened, that was the word I was looking for, the awakened masculine, there's a shift for us. That when we do move into that place of awakening and understanding, is we can be present enough not to be scared of that. Because first of all, that storm is not meant for us. That's the secret, by the way. The storm is a woman's emotional upset and distress, and it's just basically going at all directions. Most women don't aim it at us, except that they want us to feel it and receive it from them so they can feel relieved. Now, men, this is the key. It will not destroy you. It may not feel comfortable, but it will not destroy you. So the more you can stay in your presence, as I mentioned, and open-heartedness, despite the storm, then the more able you are to hold the space that she needs to let herself vent it out, release it, and come to peace. When a woman generally speaks, and again, these are generalities, I understand. When a woman is generally upset and is venting and is really expressing herself, when she is freed up from that, she'll be relaxed, she'll be happy, she'll look at you and think you're sexy, because of the fact you didn't run away. I mean, this is great context for great intimacy, because that's what it's about. When a man stands in the presence of his woman who's upset and holds an open heart and stands present with her, that's extremely intimate. And for all the women, that's very sexy. So guys, listen up. But this is what it's about, is about how do we create more intimacy in relationships. And when there's conflict, how do you maintain intimacy even then? So this was an answer to my friend's request, my friend's inquiry about this. She wanted me to do a broadcast on it. Well, she suggested I do one. So that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully I'll send it to her later so she can watch it. She's not on here live, I don't believe. So that basically was the topic. If you just joined the broadcast, please go back to the beginning and watch from the beginning. This will be on YouTube later, and if you're watching on YouTube wondering who I was talking to earlier, they were my Facebook homies, as my friend Nate put it. You spelled it homies. Dude, it's 1 M. Thanks for watching. These are my daily broadcasts. This is my daily Facebook Live talks. I do these every day now. There's number 81 in an ongoing series of talks. Message from the masculine to inspire the feminine heart. But today's was also about inspiring the masculine heart. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, please reach out to me, message me over Facebook or YouTube, or comment below if you have any questions you want me to answer there. Also, if you know anybody who should watch this broadcast because it will speak to them and they will learn from it, please share this out. Any groups you want to share it with as well. And if you need support and help in the area of relationship, romance, or in feminine leadership for the ladies, please message me as well. All right? I'm signing off. I'll be back in tomorrow, number 82, in my ongoing series. And if you want to find out more about my previous broadcasts, you can find them on my website, which is barryselby.com, under the video blog, or on YouTube. I have Messages to the Masculine as a playlist, or on my business page, which is barryselby.author on YouTube, on Facebook, where they get collected more easily because I don't post 17 other things during the day on my business page, doing my personal page. So I think that makes sense. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me. I'm here for you. All right? Take care. Bye.